G'day everyone, welcome back to Pint Party, Twitch streams 9 game to Gimmick into a tax write-off, and John. And today we're back on the wardialler, which it's kind of throwing me for a loop because it's not like the Cybermyth Studios puzzle, because the Cybermyth Studios puzzle, I knew I was doing something wrong. I knew there was an error in my maths. But this time around, I'm actually pretty confident that there isn't. For some reason, I can run this entire code, all of this, get all the way to the end, get a series of valid phone numbers, every one of them which will reach a different, number, but it won't say, hey, you got all the target phone numbers. Wait, hang on a minute. I want to make sure. Did I not just do something stupid, though? And not put them in 301? Because one of the things I did try was adding it to a new file. Okay, so now there it is. There's 301, and it's got a bunch of numbers in it. And as far as I know, none of them are duplicates. But can I show the goal? Oh, hang on a minute, though. For some reason, I've got the wrong set. I've got a set of numbers here. This is the thing I forgot to do last time, was look at the show goal. They're right out of the gate. So basically if you ignore 940177, because you can see here, the placeholder numbers are here, here, and here. So really we're looking at these three numbers and seeing if they're different for this one. And they are. So we look at this one, we've got 85, and in the goal, it's 02. It's okay, but do we have 02 somewhere else? But we do. So we've got a 02 here, 962. So we got 02962. Okay, so that's that number. So we have that number. Is it really going to be that pedantic about it? That it's going to insist on doing it in that order? Because, if it is, then, I could fix it. That's the big brainwave right now. I'm having it. How I'm usually I go away and I think about it. I did have a think about this one. And I had a kind of nifty idea as to how to create, how to build a counter that we could then swizz by to then figure out how many placeholder numbers there are. But then I couldn't figure out how to merge it into the rest of the code. But it seems like really the problem might be just that the numbers aren't sorted in an order that Exapunks likes. It wants it in its own specific order, which is kind of not that big of a deal, because I reckon we could do that by not putting anything in the X register, and then instead of subtracting from it, we add to it. Yeah. So let's try that. So let's get rid of this code, and then we do all of this, we do all of this, we do all of this, and then we do this. And instead of subtracting 1, we're going to backspace too far. I'm going to add 1 to X. And everything else should literally work. Swizzing, even if you've got 0 in X, if you swizz, where is it? Where's the swizz that I can just basically make an example for? Okay, so here, so swizz 2, no big drama, because you can, technically it just comes out as 0. If you don't see anything there, it gives you a default value, and the default value is 0. So that's no big drama. So we can do it. We can just work our way up instead of working our way down. The only thing is, I think I also need to do... Right, okay, test of X is less than 0. So we need to change this from a less than to a greater than. Instead of 0, it's going to be greater than 999. And then if it's true, jump to kill switch. Otherwise, we go back to the start of the file it's going to be holding, and we run this whole gimmick again. Drop link 800, copy 35 to T. Why am I doing that? Oh, right, because I'm waiting. Right, okay, then I'm going to kill, then I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to do all of this business. Okay. Alrighty, now let's try that. Because we're just now going up, not down, and we'll see if that does anything. I might speed this up. Okay. Right. Okay, so we got another set of numbers. Okay. Oh, I might as well pause that. Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got 940177, so we got a 27960 instead of 02962. But did we get a 02? We did, 02962, so it's right there. So we did eventually get it. Maybe this order is wrong. Maybe I need to change this up. Although, I mean, essentially by going backwards, I kind of already did. Yeah. But, you know what? Let's try it. At this point, it kind of doesn't matter. So instead of, that'll be 3, that'll be 2, and 3 will be 1. Let's try that, see what we get. We should get more or less the same result. What? Excuse me? Hold on. Hold the phone. How the heck? What? What's? Excuse me? I beg your pardon? That got us through test 1. Just changing that. What? I mean, it saved us a line of code too. I'm kind of happy with that. Excuse me? I do beg your pardon. Apparently that got us through test 1 and it worked. Okay, well then here's what I'm going to do. I want to get through to, let's see, where's the end? Where do we jump to the end? Is there an end jump? Reset. See, I think it's under kill switch. No, is it under? No. Jump to kill switch. Do this. Wait. Oh, I see. It just falls through the whole time. Oh no. To jump to end. Okay. I want to get to here. And then I don't care that it breaks in test 2. Like, we'll figure that out later. Like, I knew that this wasn't going to be perfect. I knew this wasn't going to get us through to the end. Like, I knew the solution that we had wasn't going to be... Because, again, we still have to figure out how to do it with different placeholders. This is working with 3, but I think test 2 probably only has 2, and that's what's breaking it. And anyway, we got to figure all that stuff out. But let's do this. In fact, we might not even need an insert. No, we do. I think we do. Okay, anyway. So it's flying through. This is flying through. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, so we need 2 more to go. And it's getting them in the correct order? Is that literally it? Like, that must have been the problem. It wasn't that I wasn't finding the numbers. I just wasn't finding the numbers in the order that Exapunks wanted me to find them in. Like, okay. That's a little pedantic, but it's fine. It's fine. If anything, it saves me a line of code to do that, so I'm totally cool with it. Okay, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're looking for the last number. Come on, whenever you're ready, just pop that last number, my dude. What are we at? 500, 600. Oh, I see. No, we're not going to pop that last number for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, when we do, it'll just keep going. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, we could probably save ourselves some cycles then, actually, if I went back and was like, okay, we found 8 numbers, and just did... Because what I used to do is, like, this would keep track of that and go, okay, once I found 8 numbers, I want to go back and just, like, shoot this guy. So we could reset a lot of this, get rid of a lot of, like, crap and, like, bring down our size even further. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 8 numbers. Okay. So just ignore that last line because that's it doing a test. I don't really care. Okay. And that's the 0296. Wait, hold on. Wait. 940-177-0296. Wait. Oh, right, 2962. Oh, okay, right. It's for some reason not keeping them all. Okay. Alright, that's going to be mildly annoying, but, like, fine. Yeah, so it really was just an ordering issue. Alright, well, one thing I'm going to do is we're going to clean this up a little bit, and then we'll go through the test, see if we can still get through the test too. So what we're going to do is here, we're not going to make a file. We're going to grab 301 and do this, and then this is all going to break again because we don't want it to grab 400, we want it to grab 301. Okay. Is there anywhere else that gets referenced? Not in there. Okay, so we don't need any of this scribe business anymore, so we can get rid of that. We don't need a kill command anymore. Yes, that's not necessary. In fact, the whole kill switch isn't even necessary. Well, actually it is. Well, we'll just jump to end. We don't need the kill switch, we don't need the wait, so we can get rid of all of that, save ourselves a heap of code and a heap of cycles. Test end of file. No, we don't need any of this, because we're not copying any code anymore, we're just automatically writing it right in. We don't even need wipe and halt, because we can just leave file 300 alone. And that should just run as it is. No, it won't. No, it won't. I gaffed. I gaffed. Because now we need to have this one add to a text register. Okay, so once it gets a valid number, it's going to do that. It's going to do that. It's going to kill that. Grab 301. Do that. Add to x1, write that back into x. In fact, we're gonna have it. No, yeah, we'll have it do it there. And then, or actually, no, because we need to hang up the phone regardless. So let's. Well, yeah, but we don't need to do that. Okay, hang on a minute. We're just gonna reorder some of this code. So like that can probably actually go here, because it might not need to do that. We need to grab that, we need to hang up the phone, we need to add one to X, and then before we go to the end of the file and like start this whole gimmick again, we need to see if we have dialed all of our numbers. So test if X is equal to 8, and if true, jump to kill, which we'll have to create a mark for, mark kill, and that will link -1, kill, and that's it. That's all it needs to do, because then it can halt in here, drop the file because it's got a valid number, yeah, and do all of our pre-write. Yeah. Okay. Let's run that now. Alrighty. Okay, we got through test 1. Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's going to break on test 2. That's fine. I don't care. Cool. So we saved ourselves a bunch of code. We probably saved some cycles. Our activity score is probably going to be about the same, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. We can work on optimizing that later. I can't believe it was that simple of a fix. It just wants the numbers in a specific order. Okay. Alright, that's fine. But we can get through test 1 now. That's great. We can go from start to end and it all basically works. That's wonderful. What does this need? This doesn't need an end at all, actually. We can just get rid of this. Is there anywhere where we call it? I don't think we do. Oh, we do, right there, at the reset. Oh, okay. Alright, well. Do we even need this reset, actually? Do we need to check if it's greater than 9999? In fact, why not just, because this is going to get killed, so why not just make it loop, actually, to make sure we get through all the numbers. Which we're going to do anyway, and then it'll error out when it tries to add 1 over 9999. So actually, no, we don't need this at all. Don't need that at all. We're just going to do a reset. Yeah, that works. Will save us some even more. It save us even more code. That should now just work. Because it doesn't matter if it goes over 9999. We're only ever going to squeeze the first 3 values. So if it goes into 1000, which has 4 values, it doesn't matter. Because the first 3 values will then be 000 again. And that's just dandy, because that's exactly what we want. So, yeah, okay. But now this one breaks. Test 2 breaks. And I don't know why test 2 is breaking. What's 301 got? Oh, no. Okay, so we've got different numbers. So we've got a 2034799. Okay, and we've only got 1 in the placeholder value. Which means we're getting duplicate numbers, and we're getting populated with duplicate numbers. Okay. Yeah, I had a thought that this would be a problem. I did. I like, this was like, you know, I was lying in bed one night when I was thinking about this, and I'm like, we're probably going to have a duplicate numbers issue when it comes to things with 1 placeholder value. Because we're only ever changing the increment at this point. So we're not doing it here. So yeah. Maybe we just constantly adding isn't good. Maybe we need to build some kind of a system for this. Just as a way of adding to the increment counter and resetting it. No, that wouldn't work either, because then how do we... Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we've got to figure out. We've got to figure out in test 2, which only has 1 placeholder value, how to deal with duplicate numbers. Because theoretically, the correct number, like if we hit a correct number here, which we will, then the correct number will get entered in 2 more times. Yeah. So, well, we've got the room. We could build a placeholder finder thing. Yeah. In fact, we could even build it into the loop. So instead of like, so here's what I'm thinking, right? So we grab 300, we need to do that regardless, and then what we do is before we go right into this whole gimmick, we build a thing in here that does the test this bit here. We're going to do that still. Okay, we'll call this one not find placehold. We'll call this one placehold. We'll mark place counter, because what we want to know is we want to know how many of them there are. Okay. So we want to do that. Still want to do that because that's just fantastic because the placeholder is an X, and integers and keywords will always resolve false when you try and compare them. And every number is going to be greater than that, so that's fine. In fact, I could even be really like, you know, I could make that like greater than -1 and it would still work, but you know, this is just nice and easy to read. Okay, and then if true, jump to place found, place hold, place yeah, found or something. I don't know what we're gonna call that, but we gotta call it something. Mark place found, and that will add to x1. Write that back into x, so that way we know how many there are, and then jump into place counter. Yes, this is what we're going to do. Okay, in fact, actually what we're going to do as well is we will do a end of file test right at the beginning. So test EOF, and if true, we got to jump into some other stuff as well. I don't know what we're going to jump into, something. But basically, we need to have some kind of code here. Mark, I don't know, we'll call it something for now because I literally don't know what to call it. Something. I don't know what we're gonna call it. We need a thing here for my brain's not quite, it's kind of sputtering. I got a spark plug loose. Cool, I'm dropping frames again. Great, thank you so much, Australian Internet. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, alright, it's just Aussie internet sucking. Alright, so we need a thing here, though, to deal with, like, what we've just done here. So, like, once we've counted up all of the placeholders, we need to do a thing with them. I don't know what. But we need a way of figuring out... Yeah, actually... Well, okay, so we need to... Okay. Well, our reset as well needs to jump back into place counter. The only problem is that it's going to completely wipe out our X register, which we're using to increment. And that's bad. That's really, really bad. Yep, that's a problem. Unless we build a second exa, which we can totally do. It's gonna add a little bit of complexity. Basically, what I'm thinking is we need a buffer between the exa that's got the phone number and the exa that's gonna dial the number. We need an exa in the middle here, and their whole job will be to insert numbers, I reckon. And the numbers that they insert will be based on what they placehold, I think is kind of the best way to do it. Well, Dude, I think, yeah. I mean, I think having an extra exa is not a bad idea, but I just don't know how to implement it. How do I implement it? Because basically, I just need a way of keeping track of how many placeholders there are. But okay, so let's say I do that though, and I think I'm just going to be shunting the problem off onto another exa. I'm just passing the buck. I'm not doing anything. Yeah. Unless I keep it in a file. Ooh, that's some good business. That's some good business. In fact, we always know that there's going to be... I could send multiple pieces of data. We know that there's always going to be between 1 and 3 placeholder values, which means I could do a T-register gimmick, and I'm always sending between 1 and 3, and I don't care whether it's 1 or 3. I just need to know if it's above 0, and then 0 will resolve false, and fall out. So how does that help me? Oh, I had an idea. I was trying to follow it through, and then it disappeared into the ether. Oh, that was wonderful. Cool. That was like trying to catch smoke with my hands. What do I need to do? Okay, well, let's get another exit on the board anyway. Can I move this? Can I, like, reorder these? Because that'd be just grand. I can. Cool. Because that's kind of the order I want them in. I want this one with the numbers to talk to this one, and then I want this one to talk to this one. Oh, man, that means I'm going to have to introduce, like, a mode thing, and that's going to be a pain in the butt, but that's fine. Okay, so that's going to start local then, because they're not going to directly talk to each other anymore. So this one is actually going to find counters, and instead of adding 1 to X, we're going to send it over to M. In fact, we don't even have to do that. Why are we doing that? No, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, and then this is the something is going to be send counter. Okay, so we're going to rename this to send counter. Cool. Alrighty, and this will then copy X to M, and then we're going to reset our X register because we're going to use it in find placehold, where we do this. But this can actually get a lot simpler as well because we don't need it to do it multiple times. It just needs to find the number to placehold and then send over a number. So if we send over... Okay. Alright. Okay, so we need to build kind of a comms algorithm, and this will need to be born local as well. And this one needs to do 2 kill steps at the end now because we've got 2 exits to shoot, which is great. Rip the activity score, but whatever. Okay, so what data does this one need to send? This one will need to send... First thing it needs to send is the counter. Then it needs to send over the individual numbers and then and somehow find a way to send over a placeholder. But a placeholder could... We can't just send over 0 because zeros can be a number. So we need to send over something that is... Oh man, we need to do a classic negative 9999 gimmick. That's what we need to do. Okay. So the first thing it's going to send, though, pretty much no matter what, is going to be a counter. So this thing, when it's born, needs to copy M to... No. First thing it needs to do is make a file. Does it? In fact, why is this handling the count? Why is this incrementing at all? That just makes this bit completely useless. This should be having the counter, not the this one. No, we do this. We don't send it. Why are we sending it? That's not helpful. Yeah. All it needs to do is then find the placeholder again and send that along. And then this one, knowing how many placeholders there are, can just add to the placeholder. Ugh. Or we do something like swizz you know, whatever we receive, but we need to put it somewhere. Well, we can swizz the value of, you know, whatever we get, which should be, let's say we store that in our X register, whatever we get. Swizz that, and then we need to have a mask, but we could store the mask in a file, and then write that back into, and then write that back into X. We can't send it over M because that'll send it over local, and we don't want to do that. We want to send it global to pass it on. The value of F being either 1, 2, or 3. That's not helpful at all. Unless we unroll it. Unroll it a little bit. Okay, hang on a minute. So, hang on a minute. I've got an idea. So, we do this, find the counter, we need that. That's important. We're going to send that over and reset our X register, and then this is going to do some whole gimmicks. What this one will then do is it'll make a file, copy M to copy M to X, and then we're going to build a loop. A real quick, like, swizz loop, we'll call this. Because what I want to do then is I want to copy in the numbers individually. So if we get a 3, in my file I want to have 3, 2, and 1. Otherwise, I want to have, 2 and 1, or just 1. So, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy X to F. I'm going to subtract from X1, write that back into X. And if true, oh, no, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of copying it into X, this is what I need to do. I need to copy it into T. And then copy T to F, subtract from T. I need to make this all in the T register to make this whole thing work. Okay, and then if it's true, jump into swizz loop. So when it hits 0, it falls out, which is great, because then I want it to go all the way back to the beginning of the loop. All the way back to the beginning of that file, sorry. And that's when we do our inserts. So, no, in fact, what we're going to do is we need to mark as buffer, because this is a com buffer first. So in local, it's then going to copy M to X. Then it's going to test if X is equal to -9999. And if true, jump into insert, where we'll do our swizzy business. Otherwise, we are going to go global and just send the value along. Copy X to M. And then we need to mode again to go back into local and jump into buffer. There we go. So that can just happen real simple. In fact, this doesn't even need to happen every time. We only need this bit to happen literally once. So this is actually going to go into find place hold 1, which this whole thing's going to need a big rewrite, which is why I'm not worried about the size counter at the moment, because we're going to get rid of a whole bunch of this stuff. In fact, all of these inserts can literally go. We are not doing any of this here. Yeah, actually, and that's the other thing I need to do. Actually, no, because our X register is going to be empty at this stage. Sweet! Okay, cool. So I don't even have to clean out the X register first. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of... Well, we might as well do it now while I'm thinking of it. No, I'm not going to do it now because I want to get the insert working. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to... so it's at the start of the file here. I am gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna test EOF. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna test EOF, and if it's true, I'm gonna jump into a reset, which mark reset, and all that is gonna be is just our seek 9999 gimmick, and then jump into insert. Because it'll just jump back into here. Do I need this to run? Do I want that there? No, because I'm going to have it looped in anyway. So it'll be at the end of the file. The first time it runs, it'll be at the end of the file, and I don't really care because what we want it, we're going to reset it anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swizz. Oh crap! I need to look up how to swizz again. So I always forget this. Because it's So swizz the value of by the mask and write it into something. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just send that number like straight along, won't we? So if we're gonna so if I'm gonna do that, then what I need to do. Oh right, actually, because I need the number to send. So once we go to here, I need to copy. I need to get another M value from X and write that into X. And then I need to mode so that we're global. And then we can do all of our testy stuff. That's fine. Do all of this and go righto. Oh, that's not going to work because that's going to do. Okay, so I need to do like kind of a pre-step, don't I? Yeah. Okay, so I need to go pre-insert. Yeah, and if you're going to freak out again, then that's fine. Pre-insert, and you're going to freak out, and that's cool because then I need to do this, and then I need to go mark. Insert, and that'll fix all of that up quite nicely. Okay, so then we get our actual value to no, I don't need that because it's gonna if we find it, it's gonna send over 9999. That's right. Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't need a second value. Okay, so it's a trick to keep because that. Once it finds a placeholder spot, it's just going to send over negative 9999 instead of an actual number. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay, so then we do this, then we go global right here. Okay, and then we swizz the value of X by the value of F and send that over to M. Yes. Okay. So then, oh crap, but where do we keep our counter? Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. We do need to send two numbers. We're going to send over negative 9999, and then we need to send over the counter. We'll keep the counter in here. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So. Well then, okay, so then I need to write that up. Yeah, okay, so we got this, and then we need to get rid of all of this, because that's all kind of useless. We need this, we need to find placeholds. Yeah, now it's all gonna kind of freak out on me, and that's totally okay. Okay, so we do this, and put it. You don't swizz anything. Okay, what you're going to do is copy negative 9999 to M instead of swizzing. So you're going to do that. Once we found our placeholder. Yeah, jump to insert. So we're going to, we'll call this, we'll just call it insert. Alrighty, so we send that over, and then we need to send over our X value, which is our counter. So we need to copy X to M, and then we add 1 to it, and then we can just go back and start finding numbers again, which is great. Cool. Okay, so this is going to do this, and then we need to copy. Remember, we're still local. We haven't gone global yet. That's here. We're doing this above it. Then we're going to copy M to X, which is our counter. And then we're going to swizz that value and send it away. And then we're going to mode again. So this brings us back to local. And then we're going to jump back into buffer. Okay. And we don't have to mess with any of this except adding that kill step because, yeah, this as far as this is concerned, nothing's changing. It's just getting a value from someone, and it's going to do some business with it. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't break. In fact, we're going to go back to test 1 because I realized I should have made a new solution before I radically changed this, but you know, we did, so what are you going to do? Okay, so we're sending over numbers. That's nice. Oh, okay, that's bad. That's really bad. We sent over a lot of numbers. Okay, what are you doing? Alright, test the end of the file. True. Jump to send counter. Well, we're not at the end of the file, so test if f greater than 99. Oh, yeah, okay, no. If false, jump to place, yeah, this is where, okay, yeah. If false, and then we need to... yeah, that's how we do that. That's what that needs to be. So we do this. Is f greater than... If f is? What are you talking about? What on earth are you talking about? Is f greater than negative 9? Oh yeah, it is true. It is, no, it's false. No, it is, no, wait, hold on, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Oh, right, we don't have a, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, jump to place counter. Okay, maybe that'll work there. Okay, so we do this. It's true. So we go here, and then we do this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's go along until we get to somewhere where it's going to read false. Okay. It's read false, so it jumps over, adds 1 to X, jumps to place counter. Okay. Okie dokie, that's working, and then that's going to read, that should then give us a 3, and we're at the end of the file. So we send that over, we say there's your counter, and it goes, done deal. We go, sweet. Copy that over. Swizz, and then do this, and do this. Okay, cool, and then wait to get another number. Cool, and it gets it. Yep, and it does that, so we go cool. We send that over. Okay, and then we're going to send over a bunch of numbers. Okay. Okay, so then you got number 7, and then you're going to send over that. Cool, and you're going to jump into here. We're at the end of the file, so we reset it. And then we wait for a number, which is 0. We go cool. We swizz that number. We send that over as the 0. Nice. See, and then we swizzed again. Cool. And then we do this. So we swizz by the 3rd position, by the 2nd position, and then we're going to swizz by the 1st position. Do I actually want to do that in reverse? Because I think I'm pretty sure. No. I think I want to do it in that order. Yes. Yes, because that's how the old code worked. The old code, that's how we did it, and that's what made it work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then, yeah, okay. So then we do this. Okay, so can we get through to the end? We can dial a bunch of numbers. Okay. Okay. But we're not passing the test. 940-177-059. Okay. Yeah, instead of 02962. So that's supposed to be first. So I think I do need to put it in reverse. Yeah. So I need to grab the first position. No, hold on a minute. Yeah, no, I need to grab the first position. Do I? To make it, hold on a minute. What's the number that I need? That's the first number. So the first number is 0. So the first three numbers I need are 0, 2, and 2. So that means that I've got to go 3, 2, 1 to make that work. Because then I'll have 22. Yeah, and then I'll have 53. And then I'll have 270. Yeah, no, I'm doing it right. That's how I should be swizzing them. In that order. By the third position, by the second position, then by the first position. That is correct. So why is it then not working that way? Okay, well let's go through until we get to, hold on. Oh, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got to get to 22 to get a number. So for some reason though we were getting another number first, but what was that number that we were getting first actually? Let's look that up. Oh, there we go. So we're at 21. Okay, so now we're coming up on 22. Oh, 23, 24. Wow, hang on a minute. Why did we just skip? Could be X to M. And 1 to X. No. That's fine. We just skipped over 22. Oh, because we're adding one every single time we increment? No, that shouldn't be the problem. It might be. Yeah, it really might be. Oh, crap. So yeah, it's got to go up because that's the order it wants it in. So theoretically, Well, alright, maybe I do have to reverse the buffer this time. No, that shouldn't make a difference. Although it would. No, because I should be getting at it when I have 22 in my counter, I should get 0 to 2. But I'm not, because it gets to 22 here and then it adds 1 and makes it 23. Yeah. So maybe we don't. Well, where else am I going to keep the counter? That's the problem. Yeah. Okay, hang on a minute. I'm just going to make a comment here as well. This is the buffer. Yeah, where else do I keep the counter? Because I can't keep it in there because I'm doing. Yeah, no, I do that. That's fine. And then and then I'm getting numbers being sent to me. So I can't keep the counter in there. Let's see if this even works on this one. Because this has got 1, so it'll find its placeholder there. So it does that, cool. That's 1. And it works its way through to see if it can find anything else, which it can't. So it goes, sweet. Does this. Resets, and goes back. And starts looking to send stuff. This is doing its thing, and it goes, cool. So then it's then going to start sending numbers over. Okay. So then it's going to dial a number. The number was refused. Okay, so what's the goal? Like, what's the first number we should be getting? Actually, what position is the... So it's the 1, 2, 3... Okay, so from the 4th from the back, the 4th number we should be getting 1, 2, 3, 4 is a 2. Okay. And the counter is currently at 1. So yeah, we're not really gonna get anything. Okay, so we're gonna work our way through until we get to the counter of 2. Okay. Here we go. So now it's going to dial, refuse the command. That's fine. All right. Yeah. Now this is waiting. Yep. So that's everybody's waiting. Cool. 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 So now we're going to go looking for the next. Okay, so there it is. We found it. Okay, so we say, hey, we found the number. We send over our counter. And then we add 1 to our counter. Okay, go global. We'll send over the value of 2. Okay, and then let's see if we get a valid number. Send everything else. So 2034 connected to host. Okay, so we got that number. Is that the number we were looking for though? 203-479, 203-479, 929-929-85. Okay, so it works on. So theoretically, then, if I just skip forward, are we going to get through test 2? Even if we don't get through test 1, will this get us through test 2? Like, does this work with a single? I just want to know if my theory is sound. Okay, so that'll get us through test 2. So it works. So, okay, so what I just wrote now works with. It works with with 1 placeholder value, but it won't work with 3. Okay. But it also tells me something else, and that is that I need to start from the first position. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay, hang on. So that means I gotta rewrite the... Well, oh no, because if I wrote the buffer backwards... Okay, so I need to figure out a way to go from 3, 2, 1 to 1, 2, 3 from the value of 3. I need to write an algorithm. That's what I need to do. Okay. I'm going to bring up a notepad file, which y'all can't see, but that's okay. In fact, I don't even know if it's going to help me. So what I'm thinking is we need to make it a negative value and then iterate up. That's how we do it. So I need to take, let's say 3. If I then subtract that by itself, that's going to give me 0. That's not helpful, because what if I get a 2? How do I work my way up? Because basically what the clue that we got out of test 2 is that if you swizz from 1 first, you're going to get the right answer, is what it's trying to say to me. Unless, okay. Instead of doing it like that, instead of sending it all in one big go, okay. Instead of sending it in one big go, we just send it iteratively. So we add 1 to X, copy X to M, and then we jump back. Then we add 1 again, so that way we're going to send a 1, then we're going to send a 2, then we're going to send a 3. And then, instead of copying X to M, we're going to send a 0. We need to reset our X register and do all of our gimmicks. And given that the swizz loop isn't going to run anywhere else, we can kind of make it different from this. So we copy M. So actually what we need to do then is we need to incorporate copy M to T into this kind of loop. So actually, wait, why am I doing this? What I need to do is do this. So we're going to do this. Copy M to T. If false, jump to buffer. Because when it sends a 0, it'll jump to the buffer. Otherwise, it's going to have anything other than 0. So it'll always be, it'll send a 1 and 1 will go true. So that's cool. Then it'll copy that in. And then we don't need to do any subtractions at all from here. So we're going to get rid of that there. Which I think overall nets us a line of code? Maybe? I don't know. It might save us some code. I'm not sure. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's try this. So we're going to go through. Now it's going to look for a placeholder. Oh, we're in test 2. I don't care. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we do this. Found it. It adds 1. Sends it over. Grand. Okay, and then that should be just written in. So we got a 1 in there. Lovely. Okay, and then we go, okay, we don't have any more placeholders. So then we go send counter. We go 0, and this will go false. Jump into here, Ready to receive, and everybody's talking again. Excelente. Okay, so let's see if we can do this with 3 numbers. Okay, so we're going to do that, and that's going to send a 1, and then it's going to send a 2, and then it's going to send a 3, and what we should get is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this should now all more or less work the same way again, without mucking about. Okay, so we'll send that. What did it send? It should have sent over a 0. Yeah, sent over a 0, and then 0960. Okay. Then it deleted it. Yep. Because that was an invalid number. So the valid number will be 022, I think is the first one. 022 will be what it'll send when it gets a valid number. So 0960. Okay. Wait, no, that's getting a 3 there. So then, how is it going to get a 022? At 220, it's going to get 022. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to... Okay, so this is going to run for quite a while then if it's going to... Wait, hang on, it's finding numbers already. Yeah, okay. Oh, it found them in reverse. Hold the phone, it found them in reverse. Wait, hold on. 940177. So wait, so this will be 270. Where's 270? 270 is there in the goal. It's the third one along, but it's the very first one we found. Okay. Right. So swizzing from the first position isn't the way to go? Because it's not getting them... I don't understand the order in which it's sending stuff. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. So, okay. So, wait a minute. Because this is going 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, in order to get... Well, might as well let it run all the way to the end so we can, like, have the 2 files next to each other. Because I think that was actually super handy-dandy. Okay, so that's getting a 2, a 7, and a 0. So if that's a position 1, that's got to be... We've got to read it backwards. So 0, 7, 2. So it's 70. So it's 72 that's coming up first. So maybe I do need to start at 999 if I do it in this way. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We just sort of copy that to X. We just copy 999 to X. And then instead of add, we subtract. Yeah. Just run the gimmick that way. See if that makes a difference. Oh. Why are you suddenly getting negative numbers? Why are you suddenly sending negative numbers? What in the heck is going on? Do that. Hold on. Yeah. Build. Actually, you know what? Yeah, build the count. I don't care about this. Just get to here. Okay, now we got to find the placeholder number. Great. You found it. The buffer is looking. It's going great. Reset, send us the counter, cool. We're going to take that 9 and send it over, great. So now we should be just getting a bunch of 9s and stuff. Yeah, 997, okay, 996, like, what's the problem? 65, well, we are flying through this. Okay, so somehow Okay, so I think the problem is we're going through this way too quickly. Okay, we need to slow it down. That's our problem. That is indeed our problem. Yeah, okay, so this can't happen here. But that's okay, because when we swizz in the buffer, we're not writing it back into X, so we've still got it in there, which is great. So what we can actually do is go... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, so actually, then what I need to do is I can't have it reset right at the beginning, so I need to do this. So I need to do a pre-buffer step. Mark pre-buff. Call it pre-buff, because that sounds funny. And it's literally just going to be that. So, oh, right, well, okay. Yeah, it can't just be that, but you get my point. We're gonna seek first. Yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll go into the buffer. But then this can just run as it is. And then, so that way we're not going into reset right out the gate, because we don't want to do that right out the gate. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, and then once we reach the end of the file, we are going to seek 9999. We're going to subtract. Actually, you know what? Instead of jumping back into insert, well, actually, you know what? Let's do this first. Okay, so we're going to grab our counter. We grab the counter, test if we're at the end of the file, and if we are, we jump into reset. Otherwise, we're going to send over that number. Well, hang on a minute. Yeah, no, we are. No, we need to do it there. It needs to happen first. Otherwise, we'll reach the end of the file and we'll error out next time that runs. So, okay. Okay, so you go mark send. So this will jump to send. Okay, this can now work. So, we go back to the beginning of the file. No, in fact, we're not even going to do this. No, here's what we'll just. I'm just going to double up code because I hate myself. No, it's just the only way I can literally think of doing this. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go back to local, and then instead of jumping to send, this will then now jump back to buffer. Okay, but we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna subtract. Oh crap! If this is only gonna happen once every, well, that's fine. So subtract from x1, write that back into x. No, write that to M. We will just send over the counter. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we will then copy X to M. So we'll send that back, send them back their counter. Okay, so you're not going to do any of this. You are going to do an insert. You're going to copy X to M, and then you're going to copy M to X. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of like keeping the same number for most of the time, which is like rip cycles, but that's fine. What it should do then is control how often this gets iterated on, which means it'll only get iterated on once it's run through all the placeholder values. Yes. I hope. I have no idea. Okay, so let's build a counter. Actually, we know the counter's going to get built. Okay. Now we do this. Now we find a placeholder. Okay, we found one. Yay! Go to insert. We say, hey, we found a placeholder, and we send you our counter. And you're like, that's dope as hell. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna send you back your counter, because we don't need to do nothing with it yet. Okay, and then we're going to do this. And then, now that we're at the end of the file, though, we should be ready to do stuff with this. We're going to go back. We're going to do this. We're going to swizz. Oh, no, we don't want to swizz. We want to... Actually, when we get to here, this is where we want to do the subtraction. And we want to write that into X. Yeah, because then we're going to swizz it. Yep. Yeah, because we're going to subtract 1 from here, because we've already gone through it all the time. Okay, and then we do this, and then... Okay, so I do actually need to copy X to M. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Okay, alright, now you're going to run. So now we've built our counter. Now... Okay, actually, I want to pause this. I want to see you get down to here. So you do this. You're subtracting, so you go that. And then you're going to send that over, which should be an 8. Yes. Okay. Okay. And then you kind of start all over again. Okay. Alrighty. And then it's... Okay, now it's starting to run the counter. Okay. So, can we get a bunch of numbers? We can get a bunch of numbers. This is iterating down a lot slower. Okay, so we got a bunch of numbers. Let's see what we got. Let's see, no, 77, 0, 0, 2, 2 is right here now. Okay. 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 Is the clue then that I need to swizz the highest number? Let's see. I want to see it run in here. I want to see if we can get through test 2. Because we know there's only one value. Can we do it with just one value? Is this going to actually, like, work? I mean, it should. It should just, theoretically, just run through 976. But it's running from highest to lowest number. Do we need to go from lowest to highest? Because going from... Yeah, I think we need to go from lowest to highest. Okay, show goal. So we need... Yeah, we need to go from lowest to highest. We've gone highest to lowest. Okie dokie. That's not that big of a deal, because then we're going to do this. We're going to start with 0. And then instead of subtracting a value from X, we're just going to add a value to X. Yay! And literally do the exact same gimmick. Okay, so now we should start with a 0. Well, it shouldn't really... Well, it'll iterate every time. Theoretically. Yeah, so we're getting a 1 back, then we got a 2. Okay. And then we got a 3. Yeah, okay, so this will now get through test 2. So maybe that's... Yeah, wait. So maybe that's it. Maybe you start from the lowest swizz upwards? Yeah. Okay, so that ran through that. I want to see it run through test 1 now with this change. Because what it should do we need to start from the lowest swizz and work our way up. Because that should give us then... Well, no, because our first number combination needs to be 022. And we're not going to get that until 220 at this value. So we're actually going to get we're going to get a bad number right out of the gate, I think. 70960. Although, wait a minute. We might not. Okay, it's still running some numbers. I'm going to fast forward this until it finds a valid number. What's the valid number that it found? 77270. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's 72. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so we need to... Okay, so let's try it the other way. Let's go 9999. Let's do the subtract. And then instead of doing this... I'm going to keep that, actually. I'm just going to keep that because it's like CBF. What this will do is we'll do this if false. Otherwise, no, we won't copy T to F. We will, we'll do this, actually, right here. So we'll do that. Yeah. All right. Instead, we're going to add T to add the value of T to X and write that into X. Yes. So we'll do that instead. Okay, so let's see it run through this. Oh, right. Crap. Oh, right, we're starting in test 2. No, I want to start in test 1. Oh, right, because then we need to make it a loop. I totally forgot about that. Wait, what? Hold on. Ew. Okay, if it's false, otherwise, no. Instead of adding it, what we need to do is copy T to X. Yeah. Yeah. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, that's what we're doing. Alright, so now we have a 3. Yeah. So what we need to do is create another loop. Oh man, that's even more code. Yeah. Okay. I thought I could build this less, you know. Anyway, yeah, okay. It's fine. What we'll do then is we'll have to create another Swizz loop. Mark Swizz order. We'll call it. And this one will then copy, well, actually, because then we don't need to do, yeah, no, we need to copy, well, yeah, we need to copy, false, it's going to jump to Swizz order. Swizz order. Okay, so copy X to F. Copy X to T. Copy T to F. Subtract 1 from X. And write that, right, subtract from X, 1, write that back into X. This is janky, but I don't really care. Okay, subtract from X, 1, write that back into X, and then, if, because the T register shouldn't be changed. Well, what we're going to end up with, though, is at some point we're going to end up with a 0. Yeah, okay, hang on. Oh, okay. This is annoying. Copy X to T. T to F, subtract from T, 1, write that back into T. If true, jump into Swizz order. Okay. So that should then give us 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then otherwise we go into prebuff, which is that shouldn't have that anymore. Just go that. Yeah. Okay. So now let's see that in action. Okay. -1. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, that's weird. Copy M to T. Okay. Should be getting a 1. Okay. And then you get a 3. Copy T to Wait. Oh, wait. I know why. Because I forgot to change. Well, actually, I don't need this at all. No, I do. Jump to Pre-Swizz. That's what I forgot to do. Okay, now can we get even into here? Yes, we can. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now let's try that. So we're going... Let's see if that gets us a number that we like. 857. No, that's not a number we want. So how the heck do I get 22? The only way to do it is to start from 0. Start from 0 and add 1 to it. I think technically we've not tried this version. Okay, so that should give us then 022 first. 022. Yes, it does. Okay, so are we going to get through test 1 then? Take a while. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Okay. So actually, what our problem was is that we were incrementing too quickly. I was looking at a problem that wasn't a problem. In fact, I was looking at something that wasn't a problem, and I thought it was a problem. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's done it. Okay, well then, you know what, then if that's actually it, I'm actually gonna like rebuild this and make it not stupid, because this is like completely stupid. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy X to M. This is not gonna have any of this crap in it. We're just gonna copy M to T and then do the Swizz order stuff. Yeah, we can just save ourselves a bunch of lines of code and a bunch of crap. Okay, so we do that, then we can do that, and we do that. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. In fact, I'm gonna do this, because that doesn't need to happen on its own. Okay, so then, yeah, we can do Swizz order. Keep calling it Swizz order, because I think that's good. I like that. Okay, and then we just fall into pre-buff, which we don't need that anymore, so we can just do that. We still need that to happen though, because we don't want it to increment right out of the gate. We want to leave it at 0. So yeah, that's helping with our increment happening in the correct timing. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then up here though, we need to figure this out. So we need to add 1 to X. No, we don't need to do that anymore. We're just gonna add 1 to X, and we're gonna send them in one number. Yeah. So we just do that, and then we send them over that value, and then we reset our X register, which is grand. We still need to do that. Okay, let's run that. That should run a lot faster, while still not compromising our ability to search for numbers. Theoretically. I could be wrong. Cool, but ripped our cycles. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, but we got through the first 2 tests. We got through the third. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So we did. We've just like optimized it a little bit there. Where it went from 111 to 104. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I was probably going to always do something like that anyway, just because like I wanted the jank, just because I wanted to rapidly prototype and like figure out if the thing was going to do the thing. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, this will be this puzzle basically done. But damn, is it going to take some time? Oh boy, I don't even know how long it would take to write a GIF of this. Yeah. 15. I'm still like kind of like antsy about it because I feel like I'm gonna get boned on like, I don't know, 9, 7. Does this ever get to 999? Okay, it theoretically doesn't. But if it did, it would loop over and we kind of start again. Yeah. Okay, so we're at 21. Jeez, Lou, this is taking its sweet time. $124. I was honestly tempted, I will say this, I was actually tempted to like look up some code for this. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm finding all the numbers. I didn't realize it was going to be kind of pedantic about it, and it wanted to target phone numbers in a certain order. So it wants the numbers basically from like lowest to highest in that order, which is what I've done. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. Cool. Well, in the meantime, I should say I edited the podcast yesterday. That was fun. It's actually a pretty good episode. I had a good solid giggle all the way through the edit. It was really, really fun to do. It's also like the second time ever I've done multi-track editing in a podcast because of my Zoom H6 handy recorder. Like, I'm recording directly to it. Like, what I used to do is record to my laptop, but I mean, I could do multi-track recording onto here with the Zoom, but I'd have to download drivers and do a whole lot of like fiddling about when I could just literally just like hit record here and it works just as fine. So yeah, I just got it all recorded onto here, and then I copy the files across, which is like no huge drama, no skin off my nose. And then I start multi-track recording, and like, oh my god, it just like the quality of the podcast has improved as a result. It was a bit rough for the first couple of tries, just because we're all socially distancing and stuff. Basically, like they're all contacting me like online, like we all chat over over VoIP software, and then the VoIP software gets piped out through my laptop out into the recorder just through the headphone jack on my computer. But the sound card on my computer isn't like a top of the line studio audio quality sound card because it's a gaming computer. It wasn't never, that's not its purpose. So it's probably got, I don't know, some basic sound card in it. So it says it's got true, I don't know what true harmony means, but basically, yeah, I don't think it's got a high-end sound card in it, which means I'd have to buy a DAC. And I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that for like the purposes of running an online pod. Like I like, it's just not worth it to me to buy a DAC to plug into a DAC basically at that point, because this can run as an audio interface, and it's sort of like, I don't want a DAC for my DAC so I can DAC while I DAC. Like, that's just ridiculous. So, but I can get rid of the noise. I can get rid of most of the noise, I should say, just by capturing the noise print, and then, because I use Audition to edit, and just running, through some denoising software, and it's like, dialing it in and stuff. It's not that bad, and it ends up coming out pretty good. It doesn't sound too bad, especially when you're considering that the quality coming in isn't great anyway, because I'm recording a VoIP call. So, like, I sound fantastic. I sound absolutely fantastic. But I'm talking on a handheld microphone running XLR. So, like, yeah, into a Zoom H6, like, yeah, of course I'm going to sound great. I'm going to sound absolutely amazing. But they're coming in as a VoIP call, on top of the fact I'm also removing noise, and you're always going to lose a little bit of the quality when you're denoising. Unless you do some, like, hardcore stuff. Apparently there's some hardcore stuff you can do that like my podcast. I went to university for podcasting. Believe it or not, there was a whole class on podcasting called Radio, Audio, and Podcasting, where we spent most of our time learning about radio and audio and nothing about podcasting. But like, anyway, apparently, but one of my other mates, actually Michael, who's on the podcast with us, he did the same unit. And he was told that the way to denoise was through some really ultra complicated process, which is like, okay, cool, but I don't know how to do that. And he couldn't even explain it to me. So that's, I take that as a failing of the teacher. Oh, hey, Cetrus, what's up? Long time no see, bro. What's going on? Why are some modems green and some red? Haven't the foggiest. I haven't the foggiest. This is this is one of the bonus solutions. This is we're building a wardialler, basically. So I think the reason why some are green and some are red is just for like variety, you know what I mean? Just to make it look pretty, just to show that they're different modems we're dialing into. I don't know if we're dialing into modems. I think we're dialing telephones, actually. Or I haven't the foggiest. Maybe we are dialing modems. Haven't got the foggiest. Yeah. But I don't know why some are red and some are green. I think just for the sake of variety, to make it look pretty, I think is really all the reason is there. Just like how, they're not all telephones. You can see some of them have temperature and safe and stuff. Like, I think it's just to provide some flavor. Yeah, right? The requirement to call numbers in order is weird. I agree, right? It's so weird. It's like, why? Like, because that was my problem. I was dialing all the numbers, like initially, right at the start of this stream, I had code that worked and it dialed all the numbers. I got all the connections. But I wasn't doing it in the order that Exapunks wanted me to do it in. So I've literally spent this entire stream just making it do that. It's super annoying. But yeah, anyway, now I've got to wait for the tests to complete. You can see I'm on test 86. Like, literally, I'm just here having a gimmick while we wait for this to run. It's also suspicious, unlike if someone called numbers not in order. I mean, it would be, I suppose it is suspicious if you're the telephone company. Like, if you're monitoring who's calling who and what numbers they're calling, yeah, then it would look suspicious if they're calling them in an order. But yeah, the only thing I suspect the reason why you have to call them in order is just because that's the way that, like, the way they're handling, like, the way the actual under the hood code is handling whether or not you achieve the goal or not, is it's looking for exact values. So it's like, is X file equal to X file a true go for the goal, I think is what's going on under the hood. But I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'd have to shoot a message to Zachtronics and figure that out. But I suspect that's what's going on. To keep it simple. But yeah, it was rough. Anyway, how you doing, Cetrus? Haven't seen you in a while, dude. How's everything going on with you? You doing all right? I mean, besides the fact that it's the morning over there and it's like you got up in the morning, like I feel that one, my homie. But like, yeah. Oh yeah, playing Tarkov. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've heard it's a lot of fun. It's not quite my cup of tea, like. But that's because I grew up with Call of Duty, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up with, like, I grew up, sorry, not with Call of Duty. I grew up with, Call of Duty later on when I was a teenager, but, like, I grew up with, like, Wolfenstein and Doom, you know what I mean? Like, real run and gun type of a thing. And then, so, like, you just, like, it's all about run in there and all the things, where Tarkov is like, no, you gotta slow it right down and take your time. Ooh, here we go, hang on. Let's hold that thought, my dude. Let's see what our score is. Okay. So rip cycles, we knew that. Wow. Okay. I honestly thought my activity score was like going to go full rip as well, but it didn't. And our size is actually pretty good. Oh, okay. Right. That's not bad. But yeah, rip cycles is like 100%. I 100% expected that. Tarkov is still running. Really? Okay. I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched a whole lot of Tarkov. My understanding of it was kind of like DayZ in terms of, like, not that there's zombies, but like in terms of like DayZ, you're always like you're going careful and moving stuff. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah. You can just go full. Yeah, like there's maps that are designed to go YOLO. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I suppose because the few times I've watched it streamed, it was on like a big. I don't know the maps. Like I'm not super familiar with the game, but like I saw it was like a big map, and it kind of looked like a gas plant or a nuclear plant type of a gimmick, sort of a thing. Right, I was getting real like not metro vibes, I should say, because that's bad. Because that's underground stuff. No, I was getting Chernobyl vibes. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? It was kind of like there's like some industrial buildings around and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. Some people, yeah. So like the person I saw streaming it was going super careful and like being slow and methodical and looking around corners and stuff. And then of course you'd have like 10 minutes of like that, and then like 2 minutes of chaos where like they found someone or someone would find them, and then they boom 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 boom, right? But yeah, I can see some people just going YOLO all the way, like go full YOLO and just like run in there and be like, "It is Wednesday, my dude." I can totally see that. Should I try recording the solution GIF now? Because I think it might take super long. I'm not going to. We'll record that solution GIF later. Okay. Española Valley High School. Okay, Spanish Valley High School. Change the class schedule so that Selenium Wolf's son is signed up to take AP English. Okay. Ooh, right on. Oh, by the way, I gotta say, Cetrus, of the bonus campaign so far, this one is like my favorite. Like it's hard. It's like mega hard, but like the gimmick of the level, like the special, the secret sauce of that level is actually really cool. I really like that. This one though, I hate. I hate so much. I hate it with a passion. This is the worst level. Rooms connect them together. Yeah. Right. Okay. So there's not a lot of people around, and yeah. So you're being right. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Yeah. So right on. Cool. Well, I mean, I hope you're having fun playing Tarkov. I might. I don't know. See, I don't know if I want to get into it. It's just. It's like the whole like going super slow, and of course, I mean, I don't feel like you could. Is it a game? Okay, Cetrus, what do you reckon? Is it a game you could play on your own? Like, is it one that like I would have to buddy up for and like be here and like have my VoIP on and get my Discords going and all the rest of it, or is it like, or you reckon it's a game you could solo, and still have a good time? Like, not the best. Like, it's not like the optimal experience. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that like you can still have fun playing on your own. I suppose if you go full YOLO, I guess you can. So, yeah. You reckon playing with buddies is harder? Oh, okay. That's an interesting... I wasn't expecting that. Oh. Right. Okay. Yeah. Good moment. Okay. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Cool. All right. Well, let's get into this. Okay, so we're at Española Valley High School. All right, so what are we doing? Replace English with AP English. Okay, that's too simple. There's got to be a trick to this. Because those two classes are most likely not offered at the same time, you may need to rearrange the rest of their schedule to make it fit. There it is. Modify the schedule so that they are taking the same classes but at different times when necessary. A full list of classes is offered is available in file 200. Oi, my. Oh, boy. Okay. Oof. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. This is going to be one that I'm going to tear my hair out over, I think. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Note that there will only be one valid schedule. Yeah, no kidding. Also note that AP English will only be offered once, and each other class will be offered no more than twice. Oh, okay. Right. You can play solo 100%, but with a team, only if you can cooperate with your team. Otherwise, you end up killing each other or dying to enemies thinking it was your buddy. There are no buddy markers as such. You have to know how do your buddies look like, and right. Because it's like, so friendly fire is on, and there's no way to tell friend. There's no like EFF type of a thing. Yeah, right. Okay, that would cause you some strife. That would absolutely cause you some bother. Yeah, I totally understand that. So how do you play it, Cedrus? Are you being careful and methodical and moving your way through it, or are you just going YOLO? Alrighty. Okay. So here's all the classes, and no more than twice. Okay. Well, hang on a minute. So let's break this down. I gotta find Selenium Wolf's child's class schedule, which is file 235. Right. Okay. And that's gonna be grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. Okay, so where is 235 right now? 235 right now is in... I don't know where it is. So I've got 230 there. 96, 39, 47, 235. Okay, so it's in there. Now, is it going to change? Is it always in grade 11? Okay, so we don't have to find the file. We know where the file is. The file's always going to be in the same spot. Okay, good to know. Literally everything else changes, but that one doesn't change ever. Okay. Cool. All right. Get 12 grenade kills. Yeah, that's tough. Like, I mean, doing a grenade kills objective in just about any video game is kind of tricky. Shy of ones that give you like a grenade launcher with infinite ammo. But yeah, oof. That's given me flashbacks to playing Unreal Tournament with the grenade launcher. Oh, because that was tricky. But people who could play it with the grenade launcher though were absolute beasts in Unreal Tournament. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's work the problem. Basically, we know where we know where the kid's file is. We can just go link 800, link 800, link 802, and bada bing, bada boom, we've got it. Okay. So, what's in that file? Okay, that file has all the classes in it and when they're running. Right. Okay. So, how do we want to do this? Yeah, no, this task is going to be a toughie. This is certainly going to be a toughie. But it's a toughie... Hang on, let me show you what I mean. It's a toughie in the same way this one was a toughie. So have a look at this. I'm going to read out the task for you, and, like, you'll see what I mean by, like, ooh, because it's got a gotcha, right? Find the unredacted version of the Project Ogre report, which is file 300 in your host. Make a copy of it and bring the copy back to your host. The target file will be behind one or more locks, which require a 3-digit code. So right out of the gate, you go, okay, we need to basically create an unredacted version of this file. It's hidden somewhere around here behind a lock. These are all things we've done before. Find the name, make a lock, easy peasy. We've done this 1,000 times before. But here's where the kicker is. The kicker is, since this task takes place inside a network run by the military, it includes additional security features not found in other networks. You may not have more than one exa in the network at a time, which means like rip copying files, and you may not use the M register to communicate between an exa in the network and an exa in your host. So the first one, sorry, not rip file, the first one may not have more than one exa, like lockpicking is like you can't do it in parallel, so rip that. And then can't use the M register, so we can't just stand here and just talk back and copy it all across. Which means, basically, the way I made it work is, I picked the lock, found the file, and then one word at a time brought it back. And that's why you can see it's at 174 out of 150. It's cool, right? Yeah, it's like a proper challenge, right? It's super cool. It's like building on skills you've already built on. It's like, okay, you know how to do all these things individually, but now we're going to make you do all those things with this like extra caveat on top. It's really cool. And I might come back and optimize this later on, but like for now, let's do the Espanola one. So this one, yeah, is going to be tricky as, but I also suspect that, yeah, you can't grab and drop the file. Yeah, the file's locked as well. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah. So you can't even do that. Yeah. Oh, you mean in the... Yeah, no, you can't even... Yeah, absolutely. So you'd have to, like, go out, grab the file. Yeah, it's a huge, tricky thing. Yeah. It's a good, fun level. I honestly, like if you want to jump back into Exapunks and try it, like that one's actually pretty fun, and it's also one of the ones. So when you get to the bonus campaign, the first 4 are unlocked like right out of the gate, and you can do them in any order. So you could do that one first, and like no worries. The other ones get unlocked once you've completed the first 4. And then there's going to be another one which I suspect will unlock once I've completed these next 4. Is it 4 or 5? Hang on, because it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so once I've done these 4, I'll get another one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I didn't realize that there were 9 bonus levels, but I thought there was only 4, and I was like really looking forward to kind of finishing up with Exapunks. Not just because like I've been playing it for so long now, I'm kind of getting a bit burned out. You know what I mean? Like especially with a puzzle game, you kind of want to start, playing something else. So I was kind of like at that point, I was like, ready. What's the difference between English and AP English? Oh, okay. Wait. Do you mean in terms of like for this puzzle, or do you just mean like you like what is AP English just at all? Because I can explain that. It's an American thing, I should say. We don't have it in Australia. I'll say that right out of the gate. Oh yeah, as an IRL. What is it as an IRL thing? Yeah. Okay. So English is English is basically like a class where it sounds like it does what it says on the tin. You learn English, but it's not like just learning English, if that makes sense. It's not like a language class, but it kind of is. It's a language class and a literature class kind of all rolled together. It's about reading books and talking about them and kind of increasing your vocabulary in English. I kind of assumed that like the equivalent of an English class in other countries would be like, if you were in Brazil, you'd have a Brazilian class. If you were in Mexico, you'd have Brazil, you'd have a Portuguese class. If you were in Mexico, you'd have a Spanish class. If you were in the Netherlands, you'd have a Dutch class or something. Do they speak Dutch in the Netherlands? I don't remember what they speak in the Netherlands. Well, in Norway, you'd have a Norwegian class, something like that. And then AP English is just that on steroids. So it's like a harder version of that. It's like English. Okay, cool. So imagine those 2 classes rolled into one. That's what it is. So Russian language and literature rolled into one class. That's English class. But like instead of doing it all in Russian, it's all about English. Yeah. So you just roll that into one. That's basic. And this is only, I should say as well, this is only for like primary and secondary education. So it's only for kids. It's different at university level. And then the Americans kind of like make it weirder again. So you've got English, which is your bog standard class, and it gets more and more difficult the older you get. So like a 13-year-old will take an English class, but their English class is different to a 17-year-old near the end of high school. Like that English class is obviously more it scales like that. But AP English is basically university level English taught in high school. But like English in university level is a little bit different. Yeah, but basically it's like a university level of education in high school is kind of like the way you would think about it. Literature is all literature related, books and poets, etc. And Russian language is full of grammar, punctuation, orthography. Yeah. English is like it's all rolled into one. So some days some lessons are about reading books and poets and stuff, and other days it's full of grammar, punctuation, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's basically that. All rolled into one. I remember when I was in high school, the way it was kind of broken up was that it was kind of split through different parts of the year. So like the first half of the semester, I was in 8th grade, so I would have been about 14-ish at the time. And the first half of the semester we spent doing we did fiction. So we would read a book, write a report on that book, and talk about that book and the ideas expressed in that book. The second half of the semester we did poetry, which, by the way, the poetry that we got in that class was garbage. It was just completely awful. Like, honest to God, I wouldn't expose my worst enemies to this poetry. It was that bad. And then I think the second half of the semester was a little more like language related. Like we did some more like grammar and stuff like that. Yeah. People in ex-USSR, people have different language and literature lessons, like Russian language, Russian literature, Ukrainian language. Yeah. Actually, I got a friend of mine who, a former friend of mine who had that sort of an education in Poland. Which actually, yeah. Anyway, so yeah. And you got different classes for it. I mean, honestly, I think having different classes for it would probably be better because, like, separating out the spoken language from a written language is kind of a good way to do it. But at the same time, I mean, when you think about it, they are kind of interconnected. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know. I don't have a degree in education, so I don't know what what is the word for teaching? There is a whole field of study for it. Pedagogy. Is that how you pronounce it? Pedagogy? Yeah, the study of teaching. Yeah, I don't have the degree in that. I think that's how you pronounce that word. But yeah, it's yeah. I don't know whether it's better to do it as separate classes or as one class. Although that being said, though, a lot of people in my class were barely literate, like by the end of high school, like they could barely read. So, you know. Okay. Yes. Well. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So the word isn't super. Yeah. So yeah. The important thing is you were familiar with the concept I was trying to express. Yeah. The study of teaching. I don't know how to do that. All right. Anyway, let's get into screwing with this schedule. Let's do that. Let's get into this. Okay. But that was a nice break. That was a nice little fun break. Okay. So first things first. It's a high school level network, which means we can just run wild in this because security is going to be a complete joke, just as it is in all high school IT networks, unless your high school is in like Fort Knox or something. So, which I think this is like a public school too, so it's going to be even more of a joke. And that's a lesson. That's a lesson to people everywhere. Hey, you should start worrying about IT security when it comes to high schools and primary schools, because that's your child's personal information there, and anybody could hack in and get it. So this is kind of a lesson in that. All over the world, we should take IT security more seriously in lower education, primary and secondary education. All right. So how do we want to approach this? I suppose the first thing we want to do is we want to find English in this file first, and then we can move forward from there, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So the best way to do that, I reckon, is to grab 300 and then copy copy F to X. So we grab the word English because that's what we want to find first. And then I'm going to leave this exa with the file in its hand and with AP English selected. And we're going to create a new exa. I did this for the we did something similar for the Cybermyth Studios. I'm just going to run a similar gimmick. Do I know German words? Mein Deutsch ist nein gut. Like, none. I mean, that's pretty much all. Well, I know how to say that in Ich bin ein Berliner. Like, yeah, which is a line from President John F. Kennedy when he went to Berlin and, you know, was sort of like, hey, my dudes, let's be chill. But that's it. That's all the German I know. Dear mean in ancient English. Ooh. No, but I imagine it would have it might have ties to the same tier means in German. Okay. Right. All right, cool. So I mean, I imagine, because like if it has its roots in sort of a pre-Christian language, which English has roots, has Germanic roots as well as roots in Latin and stuff like that. So if it goes that far back, it might be a word of like religious significance. Like it's kind of like, deer might mean the same as God or something like that. Oh, really? Oh, or it goes the other way. It just means an animal. Yeah, okay. Or it's the other way. Yeah, it can be that too. Yeah. Here I am trying to like make it all super fancy. It's like, nah, mate, it just means an animal. Yep. Yep. Absolutely, it can go both ways. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new exa here. And I'm going to call this exa, what are we going to call it? We'll call it Wolfchild. Why not? Wolfchild. Because basically what this exa is going to do is it's going to grab this file and then, like, do some stuff to it. Okay, so mark Wolfchild. Okay, and, Wolfchild. How about I spell correctly, John? There we go. That's better, isn't it? There we go. And then I've started doing this as well, Cetris, where like I basically put a comment here, like with a bunch of lines, and that just tells me that this is a different exa to this exa when we're working with like child exas sort of a thing. It's just a super helpful thing to do. And then just for now, just for the sake of like testing, I'm just going to have this one halt and do nothing, just because I want to work on this and test this, and I don't want this interfering. Okay, but we got to get rid of that when we start doing other gimmicks. So we're going to link 800, then we're going to link 800 again, and then we're going to link 802, and then we're going to grab 235. Yes, okay, cool. So that's all of our movement done for here. And then what we need to do is we need to find... no, not in here, sorry, that's the schedule, that's that file. In this file, we would then need to find that word there. But I don't know how much data we actually need if we want to grab the time as well. Well, anyway, let's do a search. We'll run the search and just make that simple. So mark search, because we'll just do a really, really dirt simple loop, and that'll be test if f is equal to x, and if false, jump back into search. So that can just run through until it finds the word English. And it's like, cool, then we found it. But then we need to do something else. And that is we need to replace it, but we don't know where we're going to replace it. So maybe, you know what? I just had a thought. Given that we can take this file out, do we want to like create a new file, mess with that file, and then come back and just overwrite this file? Or is that too much screwing around? Is that too much, like is that going to be just way too much screwing around? Yeah. I'm not sure. Because now I'm just kind of stuck. It's like, okay, we find the word English, but like, what can we do with that? We can't do anything with it at this stage, because we don't know what to put there. So I suppose what we need to do... Actually, no, that could do that. And, like, we could kind of run some things in parallel. That'd probably be a good idea. So we could, like, send out another exa to grab this and look for AP Physics. No, sorry, not AP Physics. AP English. Which, I mean, let's try and figure it out without the exas first and see if we can figure out what's going on. Okay, so we got AP, blah, 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 AP US History, AP English. Okay, at 205. And at 205, they've got US History. So we need to find a schedule that works with both. So when's US History happening earlier in the day? Let's see. AP? No, we don't want AP. Okay, US History is also happening at 12:25. And at 12:25, they've got health. Oh, boy. Ugh. You know what I could do is I literally could just like, I mean, we need to, the goal is they need to keep the same classes except for English, and they can't have a time clash. So what if I just grabbed all of this and was just sort of like, okay, and then we swap out English for AP English, like right here. I think grabbing a file and then writing a new file and then overwriting this one is kind of the way to do it. Yeah. So actually, we're going to change all of this. We're going to change all the things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're going to change all the things. That's what we're going to do. Because we're going to make, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this file, and then we can screw with it all the live long day, and then once we're happy with it, we can then come back in here and override it. And the reason why I want to do it that way is if we, that way we've got a copy of the original file. If we need to use it for reference for some other stuff, it's like, you know, not that big of a drama. But the question is, how do I want to do that? And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave exa alone, because I think that one should stay here with this. I'm going to make another exa, and they're going to go in, grab the file, and make a copy of it. So this one will be our making a copy file. So they'll link 800, and then link 802, and then they're going to grab 235, and then mark copy. So what we will do is we will create a scribe, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do like so, and then mark scribe, and the scribe is going to make a file and is then going to copy. Actually, this should happen in local. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so copy M to F, and then, actually, I need to make that loopable. So how about mark copy loop? Okay, so that'll do that, and then jump back into copy loop. And that can just run all the live long day. This one, well, actually, I shouldn't call it copy. I should call it paste. Just otherwise, it's gonna freak out. Paste loop. That's cool because we've got a copy here. Okay, and then what this is gonna do is this is gonna test EOF, and if true, it'll jump to somewhere. Don't know where yet. We'll create a mark here called somewhere. And then otherwise, if we're not at the end of the file, we're going to copy F to M and jump back into copy. So we can just do that all the live long day until we reach the end of the file. Once we're at the end of the file, we're going to drop that file, drop 235 because we don't need it again for a while. And we're going to kill the other exa, so kill the exa that we just made. I know activity score, it's like, I'll figure it out later. And then I'm going to pick up the file they just made, which should be 400. Grab 400. Oh, 400. I think that's how that'll work. Hang on, let's try it. Is it going to make file 400? What's the file it's got in its hand? It's got file 400. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we can just do that, grab 400, and then link -1. Well, do I need to link -1? Do I really need to? I don't know if I do. Once we've got the copy of the file, actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do, because I want to be in here, and I want to have another exit in here, and maybe do some local gimmicks in here. So, yeah, so I'm going to link -1, and link -1. So we go boom, boom, into here. So we'll call this schedule. So we'll rename this. Because calling it somewhere just for the, like, when we were writing out all the rest of the code's all fine and dandy, but again, naming your methods correctly is very important, or making them descriptive is important. So this is now, we're going to go to the schedule. And then we're going to, actually, no, I'm not going to call it schedule, because I want to do this. I want to REPL an exit called schedule, because they're going to grab the whole schedule. So I actually want to call this, let's call it, well, yeah, we'll call it something else. We'll call it, go to lobby. We'll call it lobby, actually. We'll call it lobby. Because this, I mean, you think about it, this is kind of... Like, if we think of this as, like, you know, you got classrooms, you got a cafeteria, you got a gym. This is that's a hallway. This is kind of the lobby, you know, the entrance to the school. So we'll do that, and then you're going to rep schedule, and you're freaking out because you're like, I don't have a schedule thing anymore. It's like, yes, I know. We're going to give you one. So, like, calm your farm. And then we're going to make one of them. Great. And then, in fact, do we want to do that, or do I want to make them global first? No, I want to make that one born local. Because I'm going to feed it words, is what I'm going to do. Yeah. Oh my god, and we only have 100 lines of code to do this? Okay, so they're expecting this to be really dirt simple. Oh, did not realize that. Okay, whatever, it's fine. So what am I doing? Okay, so we've got a schedule, and well, mark schedule, first thing that should do is grab 200. And then it needs to do a search, but it doesn't know what to search for. And in fact, we need it to... Okay, hang on. Ooh, okay, hang on. I need a minute to think. Wait, what the? Where's Spanish 2? Oh, there it is. Okay, 8:15. Okay. And then they've got physics. Physics is at 9:05. And then they've got pre-calculus. Okay. And they've got computer art. Okay. And then they've got lunch. And lunch is from 11:35 till 12:25. And there's nothing. Yeah, okay, so that factors it in. Great. So we leave lunch alone. Ah, nothing from 11 till 12. Okay. So we need to factor in lunch because lunch isn't written into the schedule up here, into the list. Well, we should call this the class list, really. It's not factored in here, but it also is like from between 11 and 12 is lunch. So if these will be integers, these won't be keywords. So if we go anything between 1100 and 1200, we just ignore here, which is great. Okay. And then we've got health. Now, health also happens earlier in the day at 9:05. Yeah, but physics... Okay. Oh boy. How do I sort this then? Actually, the first thing we need to do is put in the name. That's what we need to do, the first thing. Yeah. So actually, you know what? Before we do that, here's what we're going to do. Because we've got a file now with two names in it. In fact, yeah. Copy F2X, copy F2T, because that's name Hunter Candelera. And then we grab this file. Oh, wait, hold on. We haven't written a scribe. Oh, so we don't actually need to do that. What am I doing? I'm being stupid. What we need to do is we need to seek 2. So we need to skip over this because we don't want to touch that. We want to start screwing with everything else. So if we skip those and do this, yeah. Or we don't do that. Or we just overwrite it because it's sort of like, who cares? Because again, we have the original file and we just go, when we go back to overwrite, we just skip 2 there and then overwrite literally everything else. That's probably the more efficient way to do it, isn't it? Yeah, because I'm going to have to seek 2, then, yeah. Well, then, otherwise, I either seek 2 now or I seek 2 then is kind of the question. And I don't think it really matters either way. No, I don't think it does. In fact, what I'm going to do is just so I know what it's in regards to, I'm going to do that. Oh, no, I'm going to do that so I know what it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what's the goal actually? What does they want us to do for this test? So for this one, we want to have that as our. So we want Spanish 2, health, then physics. I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Instead of trying to like reorganize what's in here, what I need to do, I need to build a sorting algorithm. So what I need to do is I need to find these classes and sort them from lowest to highest, basically. So like, what's the lowest value for Spanish 2? What's the lowest value for physics? What's the lowest value for pre-calculus, and so on and so forth. And even though some of the classes can appear, like the same classes can happen at different times, they're taking the same classes but at different times, yeah. Yeah, well, what I'm thinking is that, like, you know, because I know that you can see here, like, some classes happen at the same time, like AP Physics and AP Spanish, even though we're not using them, just let's say we are, both happen at 8:15, so they'll both have that as their lowest number. What we then need to do is find, like, we need to sort these classes from lowest to highest and then compare against them to see if there's any duplicates. And if there are duplicates, I don't know, yeah, kind of just, yeah. So, hang on a minute. No, so AP English is only happening at once. Like, there's only one in this entire list. AP English only appears once, but other classes can appear either once or twice. Is what it's saying down here. So it's not about when they have it. It's about, oh, I know what I need to do. Instead of copying out the entire schedule, the entire file, what I need to do is I need to copy just their classes. Okay, hang on a minute. So instead of doing that, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab that file and we're going to seek to here, because we just want to skip over this and we want to get to here, and then we're going to iterate through. And because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, show you the goal. Okay, hang on a minute. Right there. So look at file 235. That's the goal. Do you want me to bring up the class list as well? I think I could scroll up from here if that's going to be helpful. If you want to look at that too. Yeah, the more I break it down, I think the more, the more it makes sense. You only need 100, but it's just I need to figure out the algorithm. That's kind of the tricky part. Yes, they're static. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh. Yes, it is. This is the American class system. Yeah. I mean, it's a video game set in San Francisco. Although we could be hacking into any school anywhere in the world, I guess. So yeah. But yeah, it's using there. The class just goes wherever he wants, and the teachers teach their class to whoever comes. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, but so in terms of like organizing it though, okay, although you're right, okay, actually, yeah, you've got the schedule, yeah, and and then the second file is that student schedule, yeah. Actually, I just literally need to find out where AP English is and then work my way backwards, don't I? I think that'd be the way to do it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And then you kind of work your way backwards all the way back to 8:15. And then of course you would have to then go back and work your way. No, you don't have to work. Well, yeah, you would have to work your way forwards because, like, let's say AP English isn't at 2 o'clock. Let's say it's at 10 o'clock. You know, yeah. No, you can't delete one lesson because things happen at the same time. You can see here, at the same time as AP English, you've got phys ed and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the other classes can appear on this schedule here more than once, but no more than twice, basically. Except for AP English, that will only ever be on here once. Yeah. But I think, yeah, if I found AP English and then worked my way backwards, that's probably, yeah. Yeah, then I have to find a place. I have to find when else US history is also running, which in this one is at 12:25. I think it's, yeah, then that's the only two places it appears. So I'd have to put US history at 12:25. Yeah, I'd have to insert it over health class, which means I need to find health class running at another time. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. You just build it out that way. Oh, okay. Now I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. You just literally take it one step at a time and work your way through it. Okay. So the first thing, like a chain reaction. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay. So the first thing I need to do though is I need the entire class. I need the kid's entire file, wouldn't I? And it runs at 13:15. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but that's in this case. But what I'm saying, what if AP English happens at an earlier? Oh, never mind. No, never mind. Yeah. Okay, but the first thing I need to do then is, I think in order to make that work, I'd have to swap out English from here anyway, and even if the time is wrong, from AP English to English. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't need to replace this first. You're right. What I need to do is replace, like, whatever's at the AP English time first and then work my way back, and we can just overwrite English. Yeah, no lesson is present more than twice. Yeah. Okay, so I've got to figure out how to write that out though. Okay, so we got that. So that's creating a copy of that file so that I can bring it into here and do stuff with. Do I even need to do that? Yeah, well, no, I'd rather do that just for now. We can change that later. We can just literally, like, I mean, changing this out is as simple as, like, grab move, you know what I mean? Like, but otherwise I don't want to do that for now. Okay, so the first thing I need to do then is I need to find AP English, don't I? Okay, so then this schedule bot needs to get the word AP English, and it's going to get that from this exa. So exa1 is going to grab Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah, they say that in the... Yeah. Right here in the requirements, yeah. Yeah. So... Do I want to... Yeah. Does it even matter? Okay, just in terms of like what data I actually need to make this work, right? What do I actually need? I need this file with all of its times and all of its classes. I need this file with English and AP English. But in terms of this file here, I don't need the name, don't need that. Do I need the times in here, or do I just need the classes? And then when I find English, I just swap that file out for AP English, and then just build a whole new schedule with that set of data. Would that make it easier to do? Because then I just have like two lists. I have a list of classes and times, and I have a list of classes. I think... Would that be the best way to do it? Oh, wait a minute, but I also need to schedule in lunch. No, that wouldn't work. Because I need... Like, the kicker is that this is just classes, but I also... Look at the schedule, we've got to put lunch in. So, no, my idea... No, never mind. Scrap that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a pain. Inserting lunch is a separate problem we'll figure out later. So what I need to do, though, is I need to grab the word for AP English, though. So I need to do that. So I need to grab 300, and then what is it? English is first. So, yeah, because we need to find that word first, don't we? So copy F to M, and it's not going to have anybody to receive it, because... they're talking in local, so what we're going to do is we're going to go mode, so that's global, and they're going to copy M to X, and then we're going to look for the word, no, wait, why are they looking for the word English? What does it matter to them? It doesn't matter to them. No, what am I doing? No, that's not what I want to do. I want this one to look for the word English in its schedule thing here, don't I? Yes. So, yeah. Okay. So maybe we do this bit later. Maybe we don't do it right away. Make a copy of that file, and then come out here. And then mode. Yeah, okay. And then copy M to X, so that gives us the word English, which we want. So that way we can look for the word English. Yes. So then we're going to do a search. So mark English search, and it is going to test if F is equal to X. In fact, why are we doing seek 2? We don't need to do that anymore. I'm just going to ignore that. And we don't even need it to do this. Well, yeah, no, we don't. We'll keep the name. It's kind of useless data, but it's fine. Well, no, you know what? Yeah, no, let's not take any more data than we absolutely need. So let's get rid of it. So we'll seek to do this and do the whole copy, so we get everything out of this file except for that, because we don't need it, and let's not make it any more complicated than it has to be. So test if f equals x. If false, jump back into English search. So that can just whiz on through until it finds the word English right there, and we go neat Aruni, and we go seek back one, because it won't be on English, it'll be on that one, and we want to go back to English, and we're going to swap out English so we're going to copy M to F. So we're going to overwrite what's in there with AP English. And where that word's coming from is from up here. So it copies F to M. Then we just do the same gimmick again. So that should push it. I'm not going to make a note of that. That's English. That's AP English. Let's make a space there just because why not? Well, hang on a minute. How is it appearing in here? Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just leave it like that. It's fine. Alright, so that'll do that, that'll do that, and that'll do that. Okay, so then what we have is we have all the data we need. We have Spanish, we have AP English put in, we need to... But no, that's not wrong. That's not correct. That's bad. Yeah, no, we shouldn't do it that way. We should actually delete this. Yeah. No, we shouldn't delete it. We'll do... So if we overwrote it, even if the time was wrong, that still leaves... Actually, no, that way the amount of data in here is still fine. Yeah, okay. So. Yeah, okay. No, I don't want to do M to F, actually. I want to do M to X, because I actually want to keep the word AP English to use later on in the schedule thing. So we will then copy X to F, just to paste it in the file, and then we're going to build our schedule. Yeah, okay. And then the schedule thing is got AP English first. So yeah, okay. Oh, we're coming up on time. I'm just gonna start making some notes for tomorrow. Find AP English and send. Actually, what I should do as well is because that one's kind of done with doing global gimmicks, so let's put that into local. Otherwise, I'm going to forget, and I'm going to like tear my hair out and be like, why aren't they talking? And it's sort of like, because you didn't put it in local, you dillweed. Yeah, alright. So we'll do that. So find AP English and send. This one is going to then replace AP English time slot. Replace AP English time slot with class, and then replace class. Oh, whoops. Oops. No, I need that in comments. Replace class with schedule time slot. Kind of a thing. Yeah, okay. And then we have to build an algorithm that works around that. And then put it all into this new file, but I don't need to make a note of that. That's a problem that we're not even remotely ready to deal with yet. And it's not a hard one either. Alright. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it a day there. This one's a bit of a thinker for sure. Not in terms of not in terms of how to solve the problem. We kind of did that with the chain reaction thing. It's just like, it's one thing to talk about. You killed. Oh, nice. How close are you to getting that quest, by the way? Like, you said you needed to get 12. How many more? Like, how far into that quest are you? Like, do you need to get one more person or where's it? Oh my god, dude, tell me about it. Wasting 8 nades because you can't throw them properly. I was playing. I bought Halo: The Master Chief Collection just because it's cheap. You got 4 out of 12. Ooh, damn. Oh man, oh boy. I'm good luck, dude. Good luck, Setro. Seriously, like, oh man. I hope you get some good throws. But like, having bad grenade throws, like, yeah. Well, that's Cetrus. That's gonna happen when you play with explosives, buddy. Sometimes when you play with fire, you get burned. You know what I'm saying? But I was playing Halo 1 last night, and like I was like playing through, the last level with the Maw, and you got to throw the grenades into the reactor, and I just couldn't get them in. I just couldn't do it. It was just my aim sucked last night. Plus an 8 inside a room where he was, and it bounced. Oh! Oh my god! Yep. That's a oof. Yeah, that's one of those like gut tightening moments where you just like, ooh! Oh my god, I feel that one. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Cetrus, you already follow me, but if there's anybody else who's lurking, hit the follow button as well. That really, really helps us out. Check us out on Instagram at pint.party. Follow us on Twitter at Pint Party to get notified of when I'm going live next and stuff like that. Also, Cetrus, I should actually let you know I've changed up my schedule a little bit. Not in terms of times, but just in terms of what games I'm playing. So like today and tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Exapunks, and then on Thursdays and Fridays in my time, I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 12. But if you just go click on my schedule real quick, Cetrus, you'll see like when I'm playing those games in your time zone. I don't know if you're interested in Final Fantasy 12. If you are, please, come in and join us and watch. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow, and then after that, I'll see you in a week. So that's an important thing. If you follow me on Twitter, or follow us on Twitter, we'll tell you when we're going live next. Also, on this Tuesday coming up. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, have a look at my schedule, because I've actually added in what games I'm going to be playing and when. So, like, I'm playing Exapunks today and tomorrow, and then I'm playing Final Fantasy 12 a couple days after that. And like I said, yeah, if that's something you're interested in, by all means, join me. But yeah, just have a look. What was I saying? Oh yeah, right. In a couple days on Tuesday, the next episode of Pint Party, the Pint Party podcast, comes out. And it's a pretty fun episode. It's got me, Dave, and Ricky on it, and Dave and Ricky are hungover, so they're like trying their best to like be entertaining while their heads are pounding, because they decided to play beer pong last night. And Ricky pulls up okay because he did pretty well, but Dave didn't have a good time at beer pong. Like, he just wasn't his night for beer pong. And he was paying for it the next morning. He was sorry in the morning, I'll tell you that right now. What else is there? So this podcast. Oh, right, and check us out on YouTube. Got heaps and heaps of VODs up there as well, of previous streams and stuff like that. So, Cetrus, if you want to watch me like tear my hair out over the Cybermyth Studios puzzle, which was like really sucked. That was the only one so far where I had to go and like copy someone else's code and then reverse engineer their code. I didn't copy and paste it and use their solution. I just reverse engineered it. I looked at theirs, saw how they did it, and then applied it to my solution, and ended up optimizing the code. Like, I came in with, I think I got less lines and less actions, and I think our cycles were about the same, or maybe even a little lower. Or maybe a little higher. I can't remember. But basically, I optimized the code. So you can go back and watch those. Also, there's a couple others up there. So like you can see, the first part of the Final Fantasy 12 stream. And there's also, like, I threw up one of the test streams just because it was kind of fun, of me playing Valorant. Believe me, like, you look at me playing Valorant, you go, oh wow, this guy's pretty good. No, I most certainly am not. I just got extremely lucky with those first few games. Especially because one of them was basically a free win because there was a bug. in that match. For some reason, the enemy team was getting like wiped right at the beginning of the match, and we got given a win for that. So I don't really count that one anyway. I felt a little bit like, okay, that's a bit weird at the end of it. I don't think it should have given us a win, but that's what happens with bugs. I'd have accepted a loss on that one as well, and been like, yeah, well, we never played, so of course we lost. But whatever. But and I will be back tomorrow with more Exapunks tomorrow at 2 p.m. AEST. Like I said, click on schedule and you'll get that in your own time zone. But until tomorrow, this has been Pint Party. Cheers.